Okay, I want to talk about this black royalty, these Tutsis. But before I do that, I just want to bring up this Carrot Man pictograph again. And this is a pictograph from ancient America. And it is, I believe it's out at Moon Canyon in Rangeley, Colorado. And what I thought was interesting is the shape of the heads of these characters, and one of them appears to have antennas. The other one has multiple antennas, and below it is a blue figure with antennas. Take a good look at that. Now let's take a look at some of these queens out of Africa and the headgear that they are wearing. And these are queens. These are royal blood. This first one is Queen Nzima of the Mangbetu people of the Congo. That's interesting. Look at her with all of those items in the apparently elongated skull. Now, this is a princess of Rwanda who has an interesting headgear as well and appears to have an elongated skull. This is a traditional Rwandan hairstyle worn by men who were also unmarried. Now, here is a site about Queen Gikanda. Queen Dowaja Rosalie Gikanda Solare. And these were Tutsis. Now, there was a genocide in Rwanda against these Tutsis. And I found an interesting article, and I'm learning more about this. Unfortunately, we don't hear a lot about this. We heard a little bit about it when it was going on, and that was about it. But I'll put a link to this site, but all of these royal women seem to wear this headgear, and some of them had the headgear like an antenna. Now, in this article, it says that these people worship the bull, just like the Egyptians did, and some people in India. There were, unfortunately, strange deaths of the king. And eventually this queen was murdered when the genocide was going on. But it's interesting to me because of that head and the headgear. So we have this in many royal families, not just white or brown, but in black. And the headgear is very interesting because it matches some of these petroglyphs out in America. And these people are compared to the Egyptians. They have similar customs. And if you look at some of the skulls of the Egyptian pharaohs, you see that they're not normal looking either. So we'll put a few of those out. King Tutmosis and apparently Akhenaten's skull. But unfortunately, like I said, they were murdering these people and the queen as well. So I'm learning more about this. I find it interesting that they really targeted certain royal bloodlines for quite a while. And here they got them in Africa. Before it was the Tsar of Russia, the white royal bloodlines were being hunted down and killed. Now they got this one in Africa. And when the Spanish came over to the Americas, we know they totally went after those royal bloodlines in the Aztec and Inca empires as well, and any Mayans that were left. So I am going to make a statement, and I don't want anybody to get upset, but as I've mentioned in previous videos and Facebook posts, it is interesting to me that we have a history of and a mythology of these giants being hunted down, and then the Nephilim, which were the offspring between these fallen angels who were giants and humans. And I've connected many of this to these royal bloodlines. Now, some of these royal bloodlines were wise and kind, and some were cruel. But it seems to me they've been quite a bit of a target in the last 100 or so years. Big time. And what do we have left? We have something out in England, which everybody can't stand. I don't even know what they're there for anymore. And we have priests running the show and nefarious types of groups. So they killed off all of the wise and kind royal bloodlines. And they've not only done it to whites and browns, but blacks as well as the Asian people after World War II. The king or emperor, they pretty much took down. Now, there's still some royal bloodlines out in Japan, but I don't think they really have much of any power. That's it. Thank you.